Polish proposals for the summit were fine-tuned at the National Security Office meeting held with the participation of President Andrzej Duda and Deputy Prime Minister Jarosław Kaczynski. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg expressed the hope that at tomorrow's summit, NATO leaders will decide to strengthen the alliance's eastern flank and increase defence spending. The summit will be attended virtually by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. 3 important summits will take place this week: the G7, NATO and the European Union. New sanctions packages, new aid. We will work. We will fight as much as we can, until the very end. Straight from Brussels, US President Joe Biden will arrive in Poland on Friday. On Saturday, he will meet President Andrzej Duda, Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki and government officials, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Zbigniew Rau, the Minister of Defence, Mariusz Błaszczak. During the visit, the US leader is expected to announce a new package of sanctions against Russia and discuss the long-term deployment of NATO troops. In turn, Pentagon spokesman John Kirby reminded that the US has introduced aid packages to Ukraine worth $800 million. He added that the US administration constantly counts on the support and involvement of all member countries in taking action.
War was completely unnecessary. A war of choice. Mr. Putin still had diplomatic options on the table when he decided to invade. He can end this war today by being a negotiator of good faith with the Ukrainians. It could end today. There's no indication that he's willing to do that. But we still believe that it should end now, and Mr. Putin should commit to good faith negotiations with the Ukrainians to do that.
According to the Italian Prime Minister, dialogue with China is necessary to strengthen security and defence policy in the European Union. The European Union must be united in its efforts to keep an open space for dialogue with Beijing so that it can make a constructive contribution to international mediation effort. The EU-China summit on the 1st of April will be an opportunity to underline our position. Beijing has constantly opposed Russia's exclusion from the G20. The G20 is the main forum for international economic cooperation, bringing together the world's largest economies. Russia is an important member, and no member has the right to deny membership to any country. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, on the other hand, stressed that his country would not support EU sanctions covering oil and gas imports from Russia. He added that Hungary would not be an immigrant state. Hungary will be criticised because Hungarians have decided that their country will not be a country of migrants. I respectfully and at the same time firmly reject all pro-migrant forces in the European Union that accuse and blackmail Hungary and Hungarians based on false allegations. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz was also sceptical of Poland's call to exclude Russia from the G20. He is against an immediate halt to oil and gas imports from Russia. Yes, we will end this dependence as soon as possible, but to do so overnight would mean plunging our country and all of Europe into a recession with hundreds of thousands of jobs at risk. Entire industries will be on the brink. The truth is that the sanctions just decided are already hitting many of our citizens hard, and not just at gas stations. Sanctions cannot hit European countries harder than they hit Russia's leaders. That is our principle. Russia is painfully feeling the effects of international sanctions. In response to the worsening economic situation, the Kremlin announced that settlements for energy resources with countries considered unfriendly, including members of the European Union, will be made only in the Russian currency.